Hey, honey badgers. Taking a little detour from the diamond painting content just for a minute because the last few days I've been seeing a few videos pop up on my recommendeds for you page over here on YouTube, and it's a topic that has disturbingly caught my interest because it's disturbing. So I've been seeing a lot about the CleanTok community over on TikTok, I guess. I'm not on TikTok, so the only way I know about anything going on over there is when people make compilation videos or discussion videos over here. And the last few days, I've been seeing here and there some videos pop up about CleanTok people either intentionally or unintentionally, kind of accidentally, I don't know, basically chemically poisoning themselves for views. And it's disturbing. I don't know what you guys are doing over there. Is high school chemistry not part of curriculum anymore? I don't know. So in the spirit of that, not to promote poisoning, kind of anti-poisoning, preferably, I thought I would do a video of the general purpose cleaner I use for my house. It's very simple. You don't need 100 million cleaning products around your house. So I thought I would just share my little recipe that I use, that I've used for years now. And this came about because, largely because of my autoimmune disease. I have about, I think at this point now it's about 6 different comorbidities floating around my body that the doctors have found so far. And as I get older, I have to be even more and more vigilant about the food I'm around, the people I'm around, the chemicals I'm exposed to, all that stuff, because everything in my autoimmune system, all multiple systems in my body are all compromised. So I have to be very careful about what I'm exposed to. So that's where I learned to simplify what I was using around the house, what was a little bit safer and more gentler for me. So I thought I'd make a video about that if you have any of these type of situations in your house where either you have maybe an autoimmune disease, disorder, any sort of immuno-compromised thing going on, or if you're looking to downsize your cleaning products, if you're looking to streamline your system. A little background for me, how I feel a little bit first to speak on this topic is my dad was a medic, my ex is a medic. I in my own background have backgrounds in being a former CNA and a dispatcher. My mom was a professional housekeeper, and even way back before the CNA bit, I had a few years stint in luxury hotel management. So I also have a background in teaching hospitality again, hotel housekeeping staff on how to not poison our dignitary, celebrity, and otherwise rich people clientele. So I have a little bit of a background in all of this. So I'll just get into this real quick. It's only a few ingredients really. So I start with warm water or hot water, however you want to do it. I guess you could do it with cold water, but I just tend to use warm water or hot water because it helps break down this other stuff into a spray a little bit better. So the thing I start off with is just a splash of Murphy's oil soap. And I just kind of eyeball this because, like I said, I've been doing this little solution cocktail, cleaning cocktail for a few years now. And there's nothing in here that is dangerous. It's mostly just dish soap and a little bit of rubbing alcohol, essentially. But yeah, so I just take a little bit of Murphy's oil soap. And you don't need a lot. You just put a little splash in there. Your primary solution is going to be mostly water. But I've been using this solution for years now, and I very, very rarely ever get sick. Usually the only time I get sick now is if I'm exposed to somebody else who brings something into my house, but I don't tend to get sick from things in my own house. Then pick your whatever kind of dish soap you like. So this is a oil-based wood soap cleaner, but you can use it for all kinds of things. And then you just pick whatever kind of dish soap you have around the house. I had a couple different ones, so I thought I would just show it for example, but I have this mild, what do they call it? Like free of perfumes, all that kind of stuff. Ivory soap. I've found, I got this at the store the other day because they were having a sale on it. But I don't know if Ivory has changed their recipe or what, but I feel like this wasn't cleaning as well as the brand used to. For some reason, it felt, I don't know, like they cut a corner somewhere, and I felt like my dishes weren't getting as clean. So I've been still using it, but I have a container on my counter, and I mixed it with a little bit of stronger Mrs. Meyer's. This is still pretty gentle stuff. This is what I tend to use in my sprays, but I thought I would show the Ivory because you can use whatever you want in there. So I just put a splash of that in there. And then whatever you got as far as rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, I don't put them both in there. I just brought out both as examples. So whichever one you want to do. This particular one, I think I found at the Dollar Tree a while back. I've got like a few bottles of this still left over. It's got a little bit of a mint scent in it, so if you want to get fancy, this will scent your spray a little bit. But mostly, yeah, 50% isopropyl alcohol. The reason I put one of these in there is because this will help break down the sudsing formula that tends to go in either the Murphy's oil soap or the dish soap that you're going to put in there. So it cuts down the suds. It also helps cut through grease. It helps disinfect things, all that kind of good stuff. So that's a good all-around cleaner. So yeah, you can use isopropyl alcohol, or if you have just general hydrogen peroxide, I'll go ahead and just use the peroxide. And again, just do a little, whoops, in the bottle. Well, okay. So again, just a little bit of a spray. This is kind of hard to do at this angle, but yeah, a few sprays, squirts, whatever of that. And then if you want to get fancy with it, I thought I would bring this out just as an option. You don't have to include this, but if you like your stuff a little bit scented, and you're trying to get away from the overly perfumed over-the-counter stuff you can get in stores, every so often I will put in just a few drops of scented oil, essential oil, whatever you got around. I basically just do this for the scent and also for the oil factor. Oil factor will help break up, you know, grease and grime, that kind of thing. But I am not one of those people that ever advocates using oil in place of actual medical advice, training, anything. It's not a cure-all. Don't use oils to cure things. Go see your medical professionals. But if you want a little something nice smelling, you can throw a few drops in there. And like I said, the oil in the essential oil base will also help break up grease and grime and that kind of stuff, which you'll already have in there with the Murphy's. But you know, if you want to put a little extra something, it's mostly for the scent. But no, don't be one of those people that is telling everyone that lavender oil cures everything and that you can give up going to the doctor now. Don't do that. Go still see your doctors. But it's okay to have nice smelly things. But that's it. That's all I put in it. It's a very simple formula. It doesn't put off a bunch of fumes. It's safe on stuff. It's been safe around my animals. My animals don't get sick with this. I use it all over the place. I've used it as a floor cleaner. I've used it as a laundry pre-treat. I've used it as a counter cleaner. I've used it, you know, if because you know, cats just in general will have hairball spit ups and stuff sometimes. I've used it for that, all kinds of stuff. So this mix tends to cover about 99% of anything I got going on around the house. There are some situations where you will need a little bit stronger of a stain remover, as far as like if you've got something like grass, wine, blood stain, car oil, whatever, that kind of stuff. That I would recommend getting a little bit stronger cleaner, or you know, stain solvent, that kind of thing, stain stick, however you want to do that. That kind of stuff you probably will need a little bit extra for, but this will cover the majority of stuff that you would need as far as like quick cleanups on the counter, laundry pre-treats, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just thought I would share that real quick. And yeah, it comes out pretty clear. So there's not a lot of weird colors or dyes or anything in it. But it's got disinfectants, it's got degreasers, it's got the nice scent in it, all the good stuff. All the things you tend to like when you get stuff over the counter. But I can speak from experience, this is safe for people typically that have a autoimmune condition. As long as, you know, you're not like seriously immunocompromised where you're, you know, if you're on a ventilator or something like that. I can't speak to that. I don't have experience with that. But if you're just, you know, general autoimmune conditions, but you're still perfectly independent and at least mostly mobile and all that kind of stuff, this will probably work just fine for you. But as a disclaimer, always talk with your medical professionals for backup. But yeah, I just thought I would share that real quick. And yeah, I will link down below the couple videos that I've watched recently about this TikTok, CleanTok mess that's going on over there. I realize it's mostly probably just rage bait from what I've been seeing, but I just, even for rage bait, I don't get it, because it's like, it's environmentally wasteful, and why do you want to risk chemical poisoning or chemical burns for views? I can't wrap my head around that logic. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you think down below if you've seen this TikTok, CleanTok mess craze going on and what your thoughts are on that. And yeah, I guess that's it. So we'll talk later. Bye, guys.